All right. Welcome everyone to our last call, our last training call of the 6. Nod your heads if you can hear me. Yep. Okay, great. Before we start, just a quick question. The video that we're going to watch is only about 10 minutes long, so we've got a little time on both ends here. Would you be willing to share something you have done in the past almost 3 weeks now that you had not been doing before? And it might just be you finally scheduled a virtual show if you hadn't already done one. If you were already doing them, then preferably something you're doing in your virtual shows, not just your live shows. So does anyone have anything that they can share that they have tried, they have put into place, at least gotten started on, anything like that? I know we've got Tiffany and Eileen and Carolyn. Anybody? Tiffany, we can see the ceiling and stuff in your, but I can't really see you except the very top of your head. Can you hear me? Okay. Well, all right. If I don't have any takers, no one wants to share, even if it's just something that you feel is very small, that could be a big deal. Because when I first started doing virtual shows, I was very, very nervous, scared, so afraid I was going to do something wrong. So just actually getting on Facebook and creating a fake group so that I could practice, that was a big deal for me too. And my husband was the only person in it, and I would post things and then he'd tell me what they looked like. So that was like a big deal. And then it took me 6 more months before I really had a virtual show. And I'm not lying about that. Kathy knows how bad I was. So anybody want to share, just even if it's a small thing that you have done that you weren't doing before you started these calls? So you've had 5 of them now.
Well, I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to do the recruiting post that Kristen, well, I can't say her last name. Starts with a W.
Waranga, I think.
Yeah, that's the W's and the R's don't work in my mouth. So, but doing that game, like, okay, here is a stay-at-home mom. She does 3 shows a month. Guess how much money's in the envelope? Those envelope games to get to kind of get the conversation started.
Right.
Guess my paycheck, those types of things. So, and as I took my walk today, I was thinking about some things for my community, and feel free to steal this, because the more we can get this out there, I think the more fun it'll be. You know, we're trying to do some alliteration with like Motivational Monday and talk about it Tuesday or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I thought I was having a hard time with like the T's, the Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I thought about Tuesdays top. Oh shoot! It's like waking up from a dream. Tuesdays top product quiz, or how basically it was going to be kind of like I was going to give hints about a product.
Oh, guess the product, and you would
like a guess the product features. Type of thing. So, and it wasn't quiz, but like a game or just something interactive, to where it was going to be every week there would be a featured product basically. But to kind of get the interaction going, we used to do this in school. You'd put a product in a bag and the kids could ask up to 21 questions.
Right, like 20 questions. Yeah.
20 questions to guess. And I figured the winner they'd get like a $5 gift card from me, or $5 off their next product, purchase.
That's great. Yeah.
I mean, just to kind of get it fun, but like even do like a close-up picture of it and like, okay, that's clue number 1. And, I mean, just kind of fun.
I like that.
Like doing hints more like that.
Yeah. And in the community, people love that stuff, and they get into it.
I'm not good on my community.
Me neither.
I'm not good at it. So
I posted in my community once, and I even said, this has nothing to do with food, product, anything, but I'm just curious, over or under, and I posted a picture of a toilet paper roll. I had over 100 comments on toilet paper. but it got them all going and talking. And then somehow I slid a few things in, like, wow, you guys like this even more than my Pampered Chef post. And then somebody, you know, would say, no, we like your Pampered Chef post too. And so it just, like you said, it got everybody happy and fun. And they were probably ready to tune back into the community again just to see what would come next. So
Love it.
yeah, getting that community going so that you never know where the new lead or the new virtual show is going to come from. So, all right. Anyone else? Thanks, Kathy. All right. I am going to attempt to share my screen and show the video. We have 2 veteran consultants sharing tonight about customer care. So, let me see, desktop. Oh my. Okay, Kathy, what do I do? Never mind, I see. Okay, got it. Here we go.
There we go.
It's a miracle. Here we go. Okay.
Hit continue. Yep.
I did.
It'll take a minute. It's working.
Okay. I don't know why it went back to.
Hit that arrow down there.
Oh, okay. Well.
And make sure you're raw.
Okay, we're recording now. Hi, everybody. You are at the customer care training for virtual parties. My name is Alice Schneider. I'm a director with Pampered Chef, and I have been selling Pampered Chef for about 20 years. And I have done a little more than about 2 dozen virtual parties. And so what we're going to share with you is how to do customer care for participants in a virtual party. And with customer care, the important thing is that you follow up with the customers. And it's a little bit different with a virtual party, since some people can participate and not place an order, but you may still be able to help them. So what I'm going to talk about are 3 ways through virtual parties that you can contact the participants. First way is to look at the people who are participating and responding to questions, introducing themselves at the very beginning, and send them a friend request. Once they accept they become a friend of yours, then you're able to private message them and they will be able to see your message right away. If you are not friends, your message is in a secondary category. Most people do not check it. Send them a friend request and then private message them. What are you going to say? Just welcome them to the party, let them know you're happy that they're there, and see what kind of information they are looking for in the party. Ask them if there's a recipe.
Terry.
Kathy, were you asking me something?
Yes, when you mute the video.
Oh, I am so sorry. I was trying to, there was noise and I just thought it might be coming from me. Sorry, everyone. Here we go.
Will be able to respond and you'll get a conversation going with them. Or in the party, ask them if there's a recipe that they're searching for, a particular type of meal or entertainment that they're doing for the summer, and ask them if there's a particular Pampered Chef tool they would like to learn more about. Always end that message with a question so that they will be able to respond and you'll get a conversation going with them. The second way to get information about the people who are participating in the party is to put a survey form out as one of the activities in the party. I use Google Documents for my survey form, and I will get their pertinent information like name, phone number, email, And then I'll ask them several questions. For instance, how do they like to be contacted? What type of day is the best time to reach them? Are they interested in receiving my e-newsletter? Are they interested in hosting a party? Are they interested in looking at becoming a consultant and earning money and products? There is a great way for you to learn how to do Google survey forms. First of all, you have to become a member of the Pampered Chef virtual party group. Once you're a member of that group, then you search under the search engine something like Google survey form. When I did this just a few minutes ago, Charlotte Nagai's video of how to generate a Google survey form was the first thing that popped up. So that will be really, really helpful. Great instruction, breaks it down, it's very easy. And the third way that you're able to reach out to the participants in a virtual party is if you're using groups. The groups don't go away. So a week after the party ends, a month, a year, those groups are still there, and those people are still added to the group unless they've left it. A good thing to do is to reach out to those groups and maybe post the monthly host and guest specials. Share a recipe every once in a while. If we have exciting announcements like new summer products or new fall or spring products, share a post with a picture and let them know that new things are happening with Pampered Chef. So those are the three ways that you're able to get information from the party participants and then provide them customer care. So now I'd like to hand over the training to my cohort, Paula Claire.
Like Alice said, my name is Paula Claire, and I am a director with Pampered Chef, and I've been selling for 25 years. Like Alice, I have done a number of virtual parties, but I am looking forward to learning through this training just like everyone else. So one of the ways that I like to do customer service during my virtual parties is I will go ahead and I will post a picture. Like when someone places an order, I'm just giving you some of these examples. These are found on the Consult Corner under virtual party training, and I will go ahead and post a picture. And then what I will do is I will make a comment like, since you've already tagged the person, I would write something like, Alice, thank you for placing your order on Becky's virtual party, or placing the order through her through her show link. And then since I'm on direct ship, I will say something like be expecting your order to arrive at your door by the end of next week or the middle of next week. So if you're not on direct ship, what you can do is go on there, post a picture, thanking them for the order, and then at the close of the party, go back and post a general post thanking everyone and when the order was submitted and about when they would be expecting it from the host. The other thing is you can also post a picture maybe 1 to 2 days when it closes, post a picture that says there's still time to order. Some people want to go ahead and place an order, but they're thinking, I'll get to this later. So they go ahead and they will forget it. So this is just a nice reminder. The other thing is when Alice was commenting about private messaging someone, asking if there's a particular product that they're interested in, what you can do is give them time to answer. And then what you can do is follow up and say, would you like me to share ways that you can benefit by getting these products in your own kitchen, whether it be through a cooking class or a virtual party yourself? So, you want to interact with them, but you don't want to be asking them too many questions at one time. So give them a chance to answer. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to open it up or give you some questions that we can open up for discussion. And one of them is anybody here on the call doing virtual parties? And if so, how are you following up with your customer care? We like to learn from everyone. The other thing is, if you're not doing virtual parties as of yet, how do you do your customer cares? Because our customer care is just as important as anything else. We get into a routine where we go ahead and we set up the show on the website, we set up the Facebook event, we send out the packet, we do our host coaching. We just want to make sure that customer care becomes a part of every show that you do. There again, you're building up your rapport with the guest, and they could become lifelong customers for you. The other thing is, who knows how to make a Google form? Alice was talking about a Google form. Now, the group that she mentioned, the virtual party group, that is on Facebook. So you want to make sure that you go on Facebook and friend on there. So who makes the Google form? Do you have any tips for everybody to learn how to do it? And that is actually how Alice and I learned how to do it. Exactly where Alice directed you and followed step by step. The other thing is, how do you get people to answer your Google form? Do you have certain things that you do, any incentives that you do to offer for people to get to fill out the Google form? The other thing is, I want you to take a couple minutes and I want you to write down 1 or 2 things that you learned on this training that you're going to go ahead and implement right away. And is there anybody who would like to share with us? So don't be bashful. We want to hear from everyone. And then also, let's go ahead and wrap this up with some homework. Not much. It's not much. It's real easy. And one of them is to make a Google form. It's one of those things, once you do it, you know how to do it. And then you've got your Google form made up for all your future virtual parties. And the other thing is contact at least 10 people on a virtual party that, with customer care. On some way that you learned today that you're going to do your customer care. There again, if you're not doing virtual parties as of yet, then follow up with 10 of your past guests as far as customer care. You always just want to follow up, like I said, with customer care, keep your name in front of everybody. So, Alice, anything else to add?
I think you got it, Paula.
All right. So, thank you everybody for participating and taking time out of your busy schedule. But this is training that you are going to learn and be put to great use.
Good luck, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Are we allowed to comment now?
Yes.
Okay. I had a virtual party. I had a cooking show scheduled.
You are at the customer care training for virtual parties. My name is Alice Schneider. I'm a director with Pampered Chef, and I have been selling Pampered Chef for about 20
Kathy,
years.
how do I get that off of
And
there?
I have done
Go back to
a little more than
minimize our screen.
2 dozen virtual parties. And
or stop it.
what we're going to share with you is how to do customer care for participants in a virtual party.
Stop.
With customer care, the important thing is that you follow up.
My screen is blocked.
There it is.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. I didn't know why. I thought if I did stop share or stop sharing the screen, it would.
You gotta stop the audio. Or
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, Carolyn, go ahead.
Okay, sorry guys.
No, sorry.
Becky asked me to share this with you guys tonight. I had a cooking show scheduled for last Friday night, and or for last Saturday afternoon is when I had it scheduled for. And on Friday night, I got a message, a call from the host, and she said, "We have a problem. 13 out of the 14 people that were going to be at the party cannot be here, but they want to place an order. Can we switch this to a virtual party?" We did that. We did that effective immediately. We had already had some orders in the show. We already had almost $700 worth of orders in the show before we ever started doing, telling them, okay, we're going to not have the live show. We're going to have the virtual show finishing up. Well, what happened was the host, I only have met the host maybe, I don't know, a month and a half ago, something like that. I knew of her because of her affiliation with CareNet, which is a pregnancy service center in our area, and we've had a lot of dealings with them from a standpoint of supporting them and trying to save babies and that kind of thing. At any rate, the gal said, I've got all these people lined up that were supposed to be at the show that didn't come. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call each one of them and get an order. And she did. And I kept encouraging her to do this. Well, anyway, the show finished out today at almost $1,600.
Wow.
Now, that's the biggest virtual show I've ever had. I don't know how that compares to what you guys have had, but it was $1,600 and almost $1,600. And we were doing it as an individual show for the gal, but we also knew at the end we were going to use whatever off for CareNet to have more money coming in to help save the babies. That was the whole point of the show. Well, anyway, they've got $680 worth of free stuff that they're picking out tomorrow morning. They're calling me with the answer, and they're going to pick it out. They're going to put it online, and we're going to close the show out tomorrow. But I was just amazed because all she did, the only difference that was made was she picked up the phone and she called each person that had said, yes, I'm going to place an order. Now, some of the people that were involved in the ordering are personal friends of ours, and so I had already called them and they had already placed orders. And so we had a combination. We had 23 orders that went into the show, and some of them were pretty good size orders, as you can well imagine, but it was almost $1,600 to close it out. And Becky wanted me to share that with you today. So that's what I'm doing.
Great. So what did you do for the virtual part? Did you just for a day, or how long did you run that?
No, we ran it about a week. We ran it from last Friday until today. Well, whatever is today. I mean, from last Friday. Last Friday was supposed to be the show. And so we had already opened it up for orders ahead of time, like about 4 or 5 days ahead of time. And then we kept it open until today.
And did you just do some product posts and?
Well, I did product posts, but I also did the post where you're supposed to get them to answer you back.
Good.
Like, tell me what's a favorite thing that your mom made or your grandma made that you really liked. And in order to get them started talking, I told them about something from my past. And then I put one of them in there, tell us how you know the lovely host. And then I put a note in there as to how I knew her. And our connection with CareNet is pretty serious because our 10th grandchild died when he was 4 months old for no apparent reason. And we were already gathering funds for an ultrasound machine for CareNet. And they ended up naming the room where they do the ultrasounds the Nicholas room. And that was our grandson.
Wow.
And so we have a very solid relationship with them. So that's how it all worked out. But I posted all kinds of things in there. They said to post things you can post 3 things at a time, and you have to have 3 hours in between. And so generally I post 2 or 3 times a day. And when I post, now what I do is at least one of the posts is an interactive post so that they can answer me back with something. And I give an incentive. Every time you answer a question, your name goes in the hat. At the end, we pick out one name and you will win a Pampered Chef tool. That's how I get them to do it.
Great.
I don't know if that helps or not, but it's a thought. It's what
you shared a lot, and that's cool that, these are tips that you've taken from here and there and everywhere in all these calls. And then that's really kind of cool that it happened that way, that you didn't plan to have a virtual show right then, but it's probably a really cool thing that you did because you got to use everything that you learned. That is awesome. So congratulations, Carolyn. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And for a good cause. That makes it even more exciting. So good job. Yeah. All right. We are going to be running.
Thank you.
Probably, you're welcome. We have about 10 minutes. Paula gave the questions in their recording. So I'm just going to try to get through some of them if we can. she asked, her first thing was, is there anyone on the call that is doing virtual shows already? And if so, how do you do your customer care? Does anyone already do virtual shows? And we've heard how Carolyn has done some. You called every single person. That's wonderful. Eileen, you unmuted. Are you getting ready to tell us something?
No, I was going to ask a question. But
Okay.
you were asking questions, so go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, she had asked if anyone did Google Forms, and I have no clue how to do a Google form. And also, this is a little off. Last Sunday's meeting, was it recorded? Because I can't find it.
It
I wasn't
was.
there, so
Who's your director, Eileen?
Becky,
Becky, she will have that. So ask her to
I have.
post that.
All right, that's it. Just want to
Kathy,
know how to do that Google form.
Kathy,
Eileen, I'll send it back to her, but I know I sent that out to the recording of
I
that.
think I remember I think I posted it in my group. So I know it is out there. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I saw the one for last Wednesday,
But
and
I
then
did
she put
Sunday.
something in for last night for the booking thing, but I haven't seen.
Yeah, we're
Monday.
a little Zoom crazy this week. I mean, it's been pretty much every day we've had a Zoom call. So.
Right. To answer your first question about the Google form, and if we get cut off, please contact your director. But are you a part of the virtual party group yet on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay, I believe if you go in there and do a search within that group, and I think if you just type in Google Doc, it should pop right up. And it's a training that I think, what's her name?
Charlotte Nagai.
Charlotte Nagai. I think from what I've heard, I had somebody come to my house and help me because I'm so challenged. But
Eileen, Becky also knows how to do it, and she could walk you through it.
mm-hmm.
It's literally as easy as going into your browser and typing in Google Form, and you click on that, you'll add a new form, and you literally just follow the steps. It's not hard.
It does. It walks you through it. If I can do it, anybody can. So don't be scared of it. You'll look back and go, oh, okay, yeah, that was pretty easy. So.
And Eileen, I think you had, I know this is off topic, but were you the one asking about topics that Tammy talked about?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't think you were on the call on Sunday.
No.
But I found those. So when I started to write my post for a show, the topic showed up. Like it populated. So then I was able to type in, ice cream maker, whatever. And so that went into the topic. If they wanted to find out the products, anything about the ice cream maker, that it would go there. But it wasn't because I was doing the same thing. I'm like, well, I don't know where it is either. And then as I was doing that post, a topic like screen popped up. And I was like, oh, there it is. So, okay.
Yeah, that's what I had said. I wasn't sure, but I think it just pops up. And then when Kathy came on the next call and said, yeah, it was just there, I'm like, oh, good, because I couldn't remember how I got it. I just remember it was there and I didn't ask for it. So I knew it had to be something somewhat automatic. So
Great, thanks.
Okay, if you go back and listen to this recording, in case we can't get through it all, I'm just going to go through the homework because I think that's real important. One of them is to create a Google form. So definitely take the time to go in. If you have not already done that, figure out how to do one, and it is really not hard. And that way you will have one and you'll be able to create one from that point on when you do your virtual shows. And then the other part of the homework was to contact 10 guests from a virtual party and do some customer care with them. If you do not have a virtual party going on or you haven't just recently had one, then definitely go back to one of your live shows and do some customer care. Because customer care is customer care. It could be a phone call. A lot of times it's a phone call if it's a live show, but it can be personal messaging, a text, just contacting them through the internet. But do some virtual or some customer care calls just to get good at that. Does anyone have a consistent routine of doing customer care calls that's on here tonight? I know I'm the same way, Kathy. I know it's important, and I loved what Paula said. She's like, you book your shows, you coach your host, you work with your customers at your show, customer care, you follow up with your host afterwards. You should be doing customer care just like it's a regular part of the show, like everything else. It's definitely the one thing I do last. And basically I do it if I don't have bookings during a certain part of my calendar and I want to get bookings. I'll go through and start doing customer care. But if you can make it a regular part of your routine, it's just, you will have more bookings than you can put in your calendar. And then you're going to recruit because you're going to be able to tell people, hey, I can't do all these bookings. I need some more people on my team who can help me do all these shows. And it really does start with customer care and just contacting people and taking care of them so that they want to be your customer and, essentially your host and people on your team. So, all right. Any other questions? We are about to get taken off of here. It's been a great 6 calls, everyone. Thank you for our faithful followers. Carolyn, you've been on every one, haven't you?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I
And
have.
Eileen,
Yes, I have.
And Eileen, you've only missed one, right? I think.
I missed 2. I missed last Wednesday, and my husband had a flat tire.
Oh, okay. Well, and we'll make sure you have that recording. So
Thank you.
good luck, everyone. If you are still nervous about it, my best advice is just jump in scared. That's how I did it. And what I did was I scheduled one and I was not ready. But I knew that person was waiting for the post to start the following Wednesday, and it gave me a week. And the night before, I was still up at midnight trying to get my virtual party done and all the posts ready. But I did it because I had to, because I had booked a party. So if you can find a friend, if you have not done one yet, or if you're wanting to revamp, find someone, book it with them, and then you're going to have to do it. And sometimes that's just the best way. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to do it. So, all right. Good
Thank
luck.
you very much.
Call your director if you have any more questions, and maybe even go back and watch all 6 of them again in order or out of order or whatever. But good luck, everyone. I know you can do it. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. So congratulations for completing the training. Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.